In drug discovery process, we want to understand the internal structure of ligands and receptors. To understand the internal structure, we want to know what is the 3D structure of different molecules that will be part of developed drugs. For that particular reason, we will look into QSAR methods, which are basically part of drug discovery mechanism. क्या होते हैं QSAR और वो कैसे इफेक्ट करते हैं, that would be focused. By name number 1, QSAR stands for Quantitative Structure Activity Relationships. These are basically extensions of SAR, which was Structure Activity Relationship, which showed us different structure information about the protein molecule. Now when we talk about quantitative means that this structure would have some numerical values. So that was by name. And what is the definition? These are basically descriptor molecules which are based on statistical methods. And what are they doing? Basically, they are very computer intensive because we need computational methods for understanding of their inner mechanisms. And then they help us to correlate biological data with the molecular descriptors. Now what is their importance? The importance is that how we make drugs. Basically, we have some Curie molecule which is often a ligand, and then we try to find out those molecules which will bind with that ligand, and those binding molecules are called receptors. So for using QSAR mechanism, we can understand the internal structure of both ligand and receptors. Then what will happen next? For ligand or for receptor, we will have several candidate molecules. So QSAR will help us to filter out those candidate molecules and select the best candidates for drug discovery. The third thing here is there are several applications which are developed using QSAR methods, and it has provided a large number of different descriptors which will be used for drug discovery based on ligand and receptor concept. In drug discovery, there is a famous rule which is basically called Lipinski rule of 5. So Lipinski is basically a scientist, and why it is rule of 5? Because every information which is part of different molecules, it would be in the factors of 5. So that would be discussed later on. So by definition, what is this rule? Basically says it that if we want to find out that if certain molecule will become a useful drug, what would be those parameters that will define that okay, this molecule can be developed or can be produced in the form of a drug. So what are those rules? So whenever we talk about different rules, we should know that these rules should help us to identify drug activities of a certain molecule. That the certain molecule is a druggable, like it can work as a drug-like molecule. So there is another thing about this Lipinski rule, that it can easily identify drug pharmacokinetics in the human body. So pharmacokinetic was the branch of science which was working with the information in the living cell. कि जो pharmaceutical की या medicines की information है in the living body, that was related to pharmacokinetics. But the problem is that it does not predict if a compound itself is pharmacologically active. Okay, with respect to medicine, if we can say that this molecule is active or inactive, it cannot be defined based on the Lipinski rule of 5. Now what are different parts of Lipinski rule? So as you know, for every drug-like molecule, what we need is if there are any hydrogen bond acceptors or receivers, donors or receivers. So for that purpose, Lipinski rule says that no more than 5 hydrogen bond donors can be available in nitrogen and hydrogen bond, and in oxygen and hydrogen bonds. The other one is not more than 10 hydrogen bonds can be used as acceptors in nitrogen and oxygen molecules. Then what about the mass? That mass shouldn't be more than 500 daltons. Daltons is basically a mechanism or scale used for measuring the mass of a molecule. So it shouldn't be more than 500. And finally, octanol and water partition coefficient, which is denoted by log P. So it should not be greater than 5. So what we get from all these 4 points or 4 rules is that everything is in the factor of 5. So bond acceptors, donators, they are all in different scales of 5. So what is the importance of this Lipinski rule in drug discovery? Number one, it is used to encode profile for available compounds. So for profile, we can say what are most important components and what are not useful components in a given compound. Then it says a limit of classification. Basically, it applies classification limit of weight, mass, then donors and acceptors information of different molecules. Then whole molecules properties show absorption or poor permeation. So what happens is that all the properties inside the given molecules, how they are relevant to drug discovery phases. So finally, whenever we talk about drug discovery, we should have two sort of informations. One is receptor information. Receptor is basically a molecule which will be used for the drug like development, and then ligand. Ligand is basically that particular molecule which is drug itself. So what happens is, if I describe by this diagram, so we have this receptor which is a big molecule with some cavity. So this is a cavity where this ligand will bind. So binding means that this receptor will fit into this cavity. So this is basically called molecular docking or receptor ligand docking. So based on this interaction, this complete drug molecule will be developed. So this drug molecule is now combination of receptor, which were molecules in our case, such as we said drug targets, and then this receptor is inside this activity. This will combine with this receptor and will produce a useful drug for our usage as a drug. Now this receptor and ligand docking, it can be done at 3 levels. First level is using only 2D information filters. So 2D information filters means which are based on sequences alone. There is no 3D structure involved. Second one is selection by means of target specific pharmacophore. So instead of using only 2D sequence structure, we will be working on complete pharmacophore of different molecules. And the finally third one is based on 3D structure. So 3D structure, as we have seen previously, that 3D structure provides more information as compared to 2D sequential information. So in 3D structure, we have the inner details of different sequences. So it will provide more information for ligand and receptor docking.